everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day of the week for a while. And today in this video, I'm going to talk about my top 10 biggest pet peeves. Now, I have a ton of pet peeve videos here on YouTube, but these are just personal pet peeves that I personally have. And I did mention this in my pet peeves video, which I'll leave a link to in the description box down below if you didn't see, as well as my 15 weird facts tag, which I may have mentioned some of these pet peeves before here on YouTube. So these are just my personal pet peeves that I have, and these are pet peeves that I personally we have with like certain things. They may be pretty common too. I'm sure some of you guys might have these pet peeves as well. Some of these are pretty big to me, and just a quick disclaimer, what's a big pet peeve to me may not be as big as a pet peeve to you. We're all different. We all have things that we get annoyed with. Sometimes we'll get easily annoyed. Sometimes we don't get easily annoyed, but these are just my personal pet peeves. They might not be the same as your pet peeves. So I'm going to get started. So number one on my list would have to be people taking my stuff without asking. Now, I think this might be a pet peeve for a lot of people, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves, things that really bothers me, even though not me, because it used to happen a lot when I was younger, because I was taught never to touch people's stuff without asking, and it really bothers me when people touch my stuff without asking, because it shows that they have absolutely no respect for my property, and it really drives me crazy when people pick things up because I'm worried they're going to break it, and if they break it, how am I going to be able to replace it if it's expensive? So it really drives me crazy when people don't respect my stuff, and it just irritates me. Number two on my list would have to be people not deciding on a radio station. Now, this was one of my biggest pet peeves. This doesn't really happen to me as much anymore, but it drives me crazy, like if I'm in the car with somebody and somebody can't pick a radio station. Like, I usually just change it till I get to 101.3. I usually just change it till I get to 101.3 because that's my favorite station, but someone will just change it and refuse to press scan, and it drives me crazy when people do that because it just like I have to listen to all the static, and the static just gives me a headache, and it just drives me nuts just listening to it because it kind of hurts my ears because it's a little bit loud when it's fuzzy. Number three on my list had to be employees anywhere being rude. Now, this really bothers me because like it makes me not want to go back to the place. Like, I went to if I ever go to a restaurant, I always expect the employees to be super nice, and I hate when the employees are super rude because it just really makes me not feel welcome there. I feel like they don't want me back there, and I really hate that and the same thing with stores too. Like, if I go to a store and the employee is like kind of like rude or snarky, it really bothers me because it seems that they don't really care about that kind of stuff. And I hate when about employees, and I don't like when people are rude to customers because it just makes me feel like they don't seem to have any sympathy or consideration for their customers. It drives me crazy when employees are rude at certain stores or restaurants. It really bothers me because it makes me not want to go back. Number four on my list should be people being rude on YouTube videos, like room tours my number four on my list should be people being rude in the comment section on YouTube videos like room tours, Christmas hauls, or birthday hauls. It really bothers me reading mean comments that people post. Like, I see so many people get hate comments on their room tours, their birthday hauls, and Christmas hauls. Like, on Christmas and birthday hauls, I see people complain, oh, you're so spoiled, you get too much stuff. And I'm like, so what's the big deal? It shows that they are grateful for what they have. People aren't trying to show off what they have, show off their stuff just to brag. People are showing what they're grateful for, what they have. And it bothers me when people do that because I feel like I'm not saying everyone's like this, but I feel like some people will compare what they have to other people on YouTube. And it bothers me that people are just being mean on YouTube about like room tours and birthday hauls, like because they complain about how people get so much stuff, which is not under people's control. I mean, their families like to like to give them a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's not that big of a deal if people get a lot of stuff for Christmas or their birthdays. People are just grateful for what they get. I mean, because they're actually lucky they get presents, because there are some families who can't afford presents for their families and families. So it's good to kind of think how happy, how grateful these people are. They're not doing these hauls just to brag about what they got for Christmas or their birthdays or what they have in their room. It's just like they're just trying to show what they're thankful for. And I hate when people accuse other people of being spoiled or saying really mean comments in the YouTube videos, because it just like really bothers me, because I feel like those people are just trying to be mean and make other people not want to do those videos anymore. And which is sad, because I like watching room tours, Christmas hauls, and birthday hauls, because I think they're so much fun. Number 5 on my list have to be people taking too long to eat their food. Now, this drives me crazy, because I mean, it's like, I understand like people like to take their time sometimes, and there's some people eating their food, but if I have to sit for an hour, it just really bothers me, because I need to just get up and walk around, because it just literally drives me crazy if people just take their time to eat for about an hour. It just bothers me, because other people have places they need to be, and it's good to kind of like eat your food as quickly as you can. I mean, it's good to take your time and eat your food, but it's never good to take an hour to eat your lunch, because you're not being considerate of other people's time. So if you're eating your lunch and you want to take your time, that's totally fine. Just make sure you don't take an hour to eat your food, because it just drives me crazy if I have to sit and watch people eat their food for an hour. Number 6 on my list had to be strangers being rude. Now, this drives me nuts, because I hate when strangers are being rude to people, because I feel like they're just getting in other people's business. Like, I remember, like I said in this one story, I had a friend that I was on the bus with, and this lady was kind of rude to my friend, and she was snapping at her because she didn't thank the bus driver, even though my friend was about to thank the bus driver. And like I said, I have a full story about it, and it was really ridiculous listening to that lady. And I don't lady talk to my friend felt like that. And honestly, I don't even think that lady realized it, but she was the one who was being rude and not my friend. And I think that was ridiculous. That lady was being just super ridiculous and making a big deal about it. I mean, I understand people will forget their manners, but it's no reason to just be rude to someone you don't know when that person forgets their manners. I mean, it's like, just mind your own business. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's important to mind your own business and not just get on somebody for something stupid. It's ridiculous. Number 7 on my list had to be people not picking up after their dogs. Now, this drives me crazy when people do this, because there are children playing in the park, and kids like to run on the grass, and if they step on your dog's accidents, then that's just disgusting. It's just not considerate, because there's a lot of children that like to play on the grass, and it bothers me when people don't clean up after their dogs, because they just don't seem to care about the park. They don't care about keeping the park clean, and it really bothers me when people do that. Because they show no consideration for the other people at the park. Number 8 on my list would have to be people acting up at a birthday party. Now, this really bothers me, because if people go to a birthday party and they just go to be rude, it really bothers me, because I think those people are just being ungrateful and disrespectful to the guest of honor's day, because it's not fair to the guest of honor if you want to come to the party to just ruin it, because it's all about making the guest of honor happy. That's the whole point of going to a birthday party, being happy for the person who's throwing the birthday party. It's not fair to just be rude and disrespectful at the birthday party just because you're having a bad day. It really drives me crazy when people act up like that, because it shows that they are just ungrateful and not being nice to anybody. It really bothers me when people just come to a birthday party just to be rude. It drives me crazy, because it makes that person not want to invite you again. It just drives me crazy, because then I have to see the whole misbehaving, and it bothers me that the person is being ungrateful to the guest of honor. Number 9 on my list had to be people over texting me. Now, this is another pet peeve I have because when I was working, I had like one friend who used to like to try and text me all the time, but I had to keep telling her to stop, but she wouldn't listen. And it really drove me crazy that she wasn't listening to me. Even if I asked her nicely to stop texting me, she wouldn't stop, and it would drive me crazy. And it bothers me when people won't stop texting me because when people text me too much, because I feel like they just don't seem to care about when I'm busy and when I'm trying to get my life in order, and they rather just text me and not listen to me. It just bothers me. I mean, I text people, but I don't text people 100 times a day because it's just super duper irritating because like people can't wait till I pick up the phone. It really bothers me when people don't respect that. Number 10 on my list had to be people trying to talk to me while I'm eating. This is one of my biggest things that bothers me, is if I'm trying to eat like my lunch or my dinner and people are trying to have a conversation to me while I have food in my mouth. It really drives me crazy because I hate talking with food in my mouth because I know that's super rude. And then it bothers me when people just keep talking to me and talking to me and talking to me when I'm trying to chew my food because I understand they really want me to answer them, but I think it's super rude to talk with your mouth full, and it just bothers me when people try to talk to me when my mouth is full and won't listen to me when I'm trying to let them know that my mouth is full. And I hate talking with food in my mouth because I don't want to spit my food out in order to talk, and I think it's super rude to talk with food in your mouth. So if you're trying to talk to somebody and they're eating their food, you need to wait patiently until the person is done chewing their food so then they can talk to you, because nobody likes to talk with their mouths full because that just really bothers me when people just try to talk. I mean, I like talking to people, I love having conversations with people, but I don't like the fact when people try to talk to me when I'm trying to eat my food. It really irritates me because it shows people just like don't seem to pay attention to when I'm eating. It just bothers me. Okay, so those are my top 10 biggest pet peeves. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry this was so long, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day of the week for a while, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!